Yeah, I remember what I'm feeling like one of those kids and shit, like with the superpowers. Sitting down playing my game and shit, like I said, I'm like 10, I had a girlfriend right next door. But, right now, I feel like I'm one of those kids, you know what I mean, that grew up on the Cheddar Boy side, you know what I mean, going to the parks, smoking, chilling out with our girls, you know what I mean, you know how we roll. Over here, I feel like one of them kids, with the pit bull right here and shit, One of those kids, one of those kids. Yeah, one of those kids, one of those kids, one of those kids, one of those kids, one of those kids. When I was growing up, I felt like one of those kids, one of those kids, one of those kids. When I was growing up, I felt like one of those kids had a real mean dog always around me, bitch. I felt like I was one of those kids. You roll up on one of us, we quick to split your wig. I feel like one of those kids when you fuck with me. I am the type of guy, Mr. Rakeem, making history. I was one of those kids growing up, hitting the park, smoking a blunt, chilling with my girl after dark. We like to spark. We like to count our cash. You ain't from where we from. We quick to whoop your ass. We roll real good. You know me when I grew up. I move in Amy Project C on James Island. You know our style. We'll fuck you up. We'll beat you up. Me and my buddy Damon used to look real wild. You see our style, feel like one of those kids. When we roll, you said to hear about all the shit that we did. I felt like I was one of those kids growing up. I wish you could come around. We'll split your wig. When I was growing up, I was one of those kids. Always stacking cash. That's just the way we live. When I was growing up, I felt like one of those kids. Had a pit bull. You play with us and he'll eat you, bitch. When I was growing up, feel like one of those kids stacking my cash. Wanna rob me? I wish you would. I feel like one of those kids that had a gun, but I felt like one of those kids pull the trigger back and watch you run. I felt like one of those kids. If you ever talk shit, I feel like one of those kids. I'll hit you in the lip. Feeling like one of those kids. I refuse to lose. I'm feeling like one of those kids. You couldn't even walk a mile in my shoes. You couldn't even kind of do shit I do because you would chicken out. But me, I say fuck you. One of those kids, I felt like one of those